All right, going up in the air. We are very close to the Jacks Fork River, west of Eminence in Shannon County, Missouri. This is tract 37 at Chalk Bluff. It's a big property. It's over 13 acres. It was surveyed with the corners marked a few years back. We're parked on the road frontage and we're looking basically southwesterly at the property. I think we're probably toward the northwest part of the property on the road there, but we're looking right down on the property. As we look up, we're looking still southwesterly, heavily wooded. Off in the distance, it does border a little gravel creek bed. It's going to be a wet weather creek. We've seen it dry and we've seen it with water in it. It's going to have some cool rock formations and stuff too, more than likely. Most little creek beds do in the Ozarks. So as we look over, I guess more easterly now, just off in the distance a second ago, you could see part of the Rocky Creek Conservation Area, which is actually public land that's open generally for hunting and recreation. That's about a 3,000 acre piece of land within about a quarter mile east of the property. So you can have your private 13 acres and literally be seconds from thousands of acres of additional land that you can use. So that's pretty fantastic if you're into hunting and hunting and recreation. Can't speak this afternoon. If you go west from the property, so east about a quarter mile is the Rocky Creek Conservation Area, which is public land. If you go west for about a mile, you're at essentially the Jacks Fork River or the Ozark National Scenic Riverway, which encompasses both sides of the Jacks Fork River, and that's a public area as well. Looking down there, you can see that wooden structure. So it was a fancy hunting stand essentially, and it blew over several months, I believe, before this video was taken on a windy day, much like it was when this drone video was taken. It was quite windy that day. But also it looked like it maybe wasn't necessarily anchored to the ground, or the bottom part had, the wood had gotten rotten. It wasn't treated. I'm not sure, but you'll see that out there when you're there. In the ground video, we take a look at that too. Now you can see the open area. That's going to be toward I guess it'd be the east side of the property. Beautiful, beautiful area of the Ozarks. Got the rolling hills. Although you can't see it, just off to the right is the Jacks Fork River, which is gorgeous. Very clear natural river in the Ozarks that flows through Eminence and keeps going. I think it hooks up with maybe the Current River. I'm not sure about that. The 11-Point River, maybe. I'm not sure. But the Jacks Fork is a wild and woolly river. It's really cool. A lot of different fish, popular for floating and canoeing and all that stuff. That's a good shot of the area with the kind of the hills and hollers of the Ozarks there. So this property basically is the most level by the road. In fact, there appears to be a large level area by the road. And then as you go several hundred feet in and start going southwesterly, it's going to start kind of sloping down toward the center, like kind of your own private mini valley right on the property. So if you've been looking for a property where you could create a large pond or even a small lake, this might be a good one for that. You'd have, if you look at the topo map, you'll see what we mean by that. It almost looks like it's tailor-made if someone wanted to do a large pond or even a lake on the property. And really, if you do it right, it's not that much work to get a super nice pond or small lake. It's just a matter of building the dam in the right spot and making sure it holds water. Looking down there, see, I think with the drone right now, we're looking for that creek bed, which is really tough to see unless you're right over it. I mean, all these trees, all this greenery just kind of covers everything. But it does border that creek bed at the southwest side of the property. And even though it's not a year-round creek bed, it's pretty cool to have that, I guess you'd say a source of natural gravel of all different sizes. You'll have small stuff, you'll have larger stuff. Really cool for natural landscaping projects or just building projects in general to have access to the gravel right there. Panning back. I mean, you can see the property's heavily wooded. You'll have trees of all different sizes. Some large mature timber. I mean, there's some beautiful pine trees and some red oak and white oak, but there's quite a bit of younger timber from about 5 to 10 years old. Thousands of young pine trees that are growing up, and just a lot of neat stuff going on the property here. I'm trying to figure out which way we're facing. I think we are. What are we looking at there? We're just kind of checking out the general. I'd say that's about the middle of the property, probably. And it could be a trail, or that could be the gravel creek bed. I'm really not sure about that. We did mention earlier that this is only about a quarter mile from thousands of acres of public land. So the area is already well known for hunting for deer and for turkey. This also is not too far from where the Missouri, basically the Department of Conservation, released the wild elk several years back. And so there is now an elk population in this part of Missouri, which is really, really cool. The deer hunting is phenomenal in the area, and the turkey hunting as well, definitely. You've got people that come from all over to come and hunt this area. The Jacks Fork River we mentioned earlier, which is great for fishing, for floating, for canoeing. It flows through Eminence, and Eminence is kind of a town that is a super popular tourist destination. It's a small town. It is the county seat for Shannon County, but it's a small town. But then in the spring and summer, it kind of comes alive. They have multiple trail rides, horse riding. It's billed as the trail riding capital of the United States, or that's what they call themselves in Eminence. Never really checked to see if that were true or not, but a lot of trail rides, and then certainly a lot going on with the Jacks Fork River in Eminence as well. This is one of the bigger tracts at Chalk Bluff. We mentioned already it's over 13 acres. It looks like 13.18 acres, so it is a big one. You've got all that public land nearby. We didn't even mention the national forest. In addition to that state conservation land, there's national forest, thousands of acres within a few miles of the property. The Ozark National Scenic Riverway, which encompasses the Jacks Fork River, only about a mile to the west. Rocky Creek Conservation Area, about a quarter mile to the east, but that is open, we've been told, for public hunting and recreation as well. So amazing opportunity to snag an investment property that you can actually use and enjoy. Bring your friends out, your family out, and hunt and camp, and even build a little cabin. There's some great opportunities here. So if you have any questions, give us a call. Everything we sell on the website we offer with complete instant owner financing at InstantAcres.com. That is tract 37 at Chalk Bluff in Shannon County, Missouri. Just over 13 acres in size. InstantAcres.com to see the details.